Welcome back to the Savage Sanctified podcast. Today's episode, Stop Asking God for a Sign. Red flags are not decorations. Listen, friends, let me talk to you like I would my homegirl for a minute. There was a season in my life where I was very saved, very prayerful, and very much ignoring what God was already showing me. And if that sounds familiar, just stay with me. My first marriage was verbally and emotionally abusive. After I gained weight, my husband told me I was no longer attractive. Painful? Yes. But then he took it further. Instead of talking to me, he told me I should just make pig sounds when I spoke. Wait a minute. Not a joke, not exaggeration, but actual pig sounds. And sis, do you know what I did? First, I contemplated making the pig sounds. That is how far gone I was. Then I prayed. I didn't call it abuse yet. I called it stress. I called it marriage is hard. I called it something prayer could fix. And God was probably like, daughter, I'm showing you who He is. Wise women know this now. Humiliation is never love. Now, let me be honest with you. I told myself when that marriage ended, I learned my lesson. Clearly, I had not. Because when you don't heal, you don't choose better. You choose familiar with a different resume. My second marriage, same spirit, different delivery, and far worse. One of the first red flags, and I mean early, was the day he removed the shower door because he decided I was taking too long. And if we're telling the truth, that wasn't intensity. That was a level of insanity that was fueled by control. That was control. But I prayed, and it began to escalate. He came home ranting and raving about the man running life, and then he destroyed the home, breaking every picture on the walls, family photos, memories, anything that represented stability. And I stood there thinking, maybe he's overwhelmed. No, that was a warning. And when he slapped me across the face and busted my lip because I talked back, that was no longer confusion. That was danger. And here's the part that makes me shake my head now. I kept asking God for a sign while standing in the middle of a flashing warning system. Let's be real for a moment. Abuse doesn't start with fists. It starts with disrespect, with control, with jokes that hurt, with behavior that shrinks you. And a lot of women, especially kingdom women, were taught that endurance equals holiness. So we stay. We pray harder. We explain more. We spiritualize what should have been confronted. But hear me clearly. God is not impressed by your ability to survive what He already warned you about. That wasn't weakness. That was being unhealed. And being unhealed affects your decisions, your boundaries, and the direction of your life. That's not shame. That's clarity. Okay, now let's talk about the part nobody prepares you for. Leaving is one thing. Healing is the real work. And healing will humble you. Here's the truth I had to accept, and this one checked me. I didn't choose abusive men because I liked pain. I chose them because I hadn't healed the part of me that thought pain was normal. Unhealed women don't ask, is this safe? They ask, can I handle this? And listen, survival is not the goal. Peace is. Just because you can endure something does not mean God assigned it. Just because you survived it doesn't mean you were supposed to stay in it. Once healing started, discernment stopped whispering and started talking loud. Stuff I used to ignore, now it stopped me in my tracks. Stuff I used to explain away, now it was a full stop. I stopped asking, does he like me? And started asking, do I feel safe being myself here? I stopped asking, can prayer change him? And started asking, why am I asking God to bless what he's warning me about? Let me be honest. God will never ask you to pray yourself numb. If prayer keeps making you smaller, that's not faith. That's fear. Let me give you the real steps, not Instagram quotes. I slowed everything down. Abuse thrives in urgency. Healing lives in patience. If someone rushes you, pressures you, or makes you feel guilty for needing time. That's information. I stopped believing apologies without patterns. An apology without change is just a reset button. If it keeps happening, the apology wasn't real. It was strategic. I listened to my body. Before my mouth could explain it, my body already knew. Tight chest, knots in my stomach, no peace. That's not anxiety. That's discernment trying to get your attention. I got support. Healing alone is a setup. God uses people, counsel, and wisdom. Isolation keeps you stuck. I chose peace over proving I was lovable. I stopped auditioning, stopped explaining, stopped shrinking. If someone needs you to lose yourself so they can stay comfortable, they are not your assignment. Love that costs your safety is not love. It's a warning. Here's the part nobody tells you. Healed love feels calm. Let's say that again. Healed love feels calm. No chaos, no guessing, no walking on eggshells. And at first, that calm felt boring because trauma confuses chaos with chemistry. But hear me, peace is not boring. It's unfamiliar when you're healing. God does not send relationships that require you to abandon yourself. If you have to lose yourself to keep them, God didn't send them. So if today's episode felt longer than usual, it's because your healing deserved more time. If you're nodding quietly right now, if something in you is saying, "Okay, Lord, I hear you," this isn't condemnation, it's confirmation. Prayer still works, God still speaks. Healing just helps you listen without ignoring yourself. And listen, red flags are not decorations, they're directions. Healing didn't make me harder, it made foolishness obvious. If you laughed, flinched, or got real quiet, that wasn't coincidence. That was clarity. I'm Valerie Logans, and this is Savage plus Sanctified podcast. Choose peace.